Fathers of Reddit, what was your don't tell your mother about this moment? My dad has passed away, so I'll tell this on his behalf. I'm sorry to hear that. My sister was maybe 10 or 11. My dad was very worried and had been waiting all day for us to come home from school. When we got home, he pulled her aside, saying he needed to have a serious talk with her. He said to her, "I was looking for a pencil and found this in your desk," and pulled out a plastic baggie filled with some dried plant material. She said, "Oh, catnip." He thought it was pot. We would make little cat toys with catnip, and the bag had ripped, so she put it in a Ziploc bag. He sighed a huge sigh of relief and laughed, and told her he thought she was doing drugs and asked her not to tell. Oh, Mum. He was so embarrassed. That could have gone a lot worse. That was good. Smidget. Saying this in honour of my dad, as he is very old and does not Reddit. I like that, does not Reddit. He once cut the end of my toe off as a baby, cutting my sharp baby nails, and my screaming brought in my brother. Oh my. He joined forces to get me all bandaged up and told my mother I'd banged it into a wall or trapped it in a door or something. My mum found out, and by extension so did I, when I was 10. A wholesome one. For my mum's 50th birthday, he bought her a set of vintage diamond and pearl earrings and a necklace. I helped him choose them out. I'm never allowed to tell her just how much they cost. Oh, okay, so they were cheap. I get it. My son randomly walked to the kitchen. 3 a.m. was finished up some Call of Duty, and he saw me eating ice cream. So I got him a bowl and we were whispering like nerds. He was 4 and I said, "Don't tell Mum." And he said, "Don't tell Mum." Oh, that's good. That's a good moment. Didn't do the dishes following morning, and my wife asked who had ice cream. I see where this is going. Son of a bitch pointed right at me. Oh, that's good. He was 4. That was amazing. Good work. Rancid lemons. This last Christmas, my 4-year-old helped my wife wrap one of my gifts. It was late, so I was working. The next day, while my wife was at work, she came running through from her bedroom first thing and yelled excitedly, "Daddy, Daddy, I helped wrap your gift. It's a surprise. It's a slushy maker." Oh, surprise ruined. Honey, that's awesome, but you aren't supposed to tell me that. I know, but it's a slushy maker. That's funny. That's good. If you know not to tell me, then why did you tell me? Because I'm just so excited to make slushies with you. Oh, that's cute. That ended up really cute. I was crying with laughter at this point and told her that it's an awesome gift, but to keep gifts secret. And I told her we wouldn't tell Mummy, so she wouldn't be disappointed that I knew what it was. Good decision. I like it. That was cute. I ended up telling her that evening because it was just too funny and cute. Okay. Oh, this is good. I'm enjoying these. Who is this? Not a father, but I was with my dad and we thought it was a good idea to start a small fire on the porch, the wooden porch. Oh wow, you know where this is going. It was made of mostly paper and we made sure to scatter the embers and everything, but after we went inside and to bed, the wind must have picked up because we came outside the next day and there was a giant hole burned into the porch. Oh no, you're in trouble. My dad just told me, "Hey, don't tell your mum, I'll get it fixed." He then proceeded to cover it with a small table. Right. She found out anyway, and we're pretty lucky that the house didn't burn down. You are. Good work. Check out my... Oh, okay. Bad name. Dad and I used to rent a movie each week for when Mum had dinner with friends. Usually things like Star Trek or action films. One day, I was about 11, he came home with Blade. We got about 10 minutes in and he turns to me and said, Don't tell your mother about this. Let's just say I forgot to get it this week. Of course, I agree. Fast forward 7-ish years, Dad blithely, don't know how to pronounce that, drops at the dinner table the fact that we watched Blade when I was about 11. Silly Dad thought there was some kind of statute of limitations on this. That's great. Good work. You got away with it. Not a real don't tell your mother about this moment, but when I was little, my dad had a workshop in the garage where he'd do woodwork, okay? I'd come out and talk to him while he worked, and he'd let me sit on the car that was parked in the garage, right? He framed it as something that was so bad and edgy and we couldn't tell my mum, and I was 5, so I believed it and felt so cool without actually doing anything wrong or dangerous. Sounds like a cool dad to me. Sounds like a cool dad. The monkery. My dad, brother and I went out to these dunes near where I live with bottle rockets. Bottle rockets, interesting. We each had an empty milk jug and each took like 20 bottle rockets for ammo. Then we ran around launching bottle rockets at each other. I was the youngest, which made me the hardest to hit, so I won the rocket war. How do you lose? Getting hit by it? But yeah, Mum never found out. Probably better for it, but it sounds like a lot of fun. Where are we at? Not a father, but a son. We forgot my passport during vacation and were already at the border station when we noticed. Oh, savage. My dad then said that we won't turn back, but that he will figure something out. Okay, go on, Dad. Turns out he smuggled me successfully across 3 border crossings without my passport. Wow, I'm impressed. Before we arrived at home, he told me not to tell my mum about this. Strong. Good work, Dad. Tree Flower 77. Daughter speaking for her father, okay? In high school, everybody was always busy at work or clubs, so I was the first one in my household to get home nearly every single day. Cool, sounds good. Dad was having money troubles that he didn't want to disclose to anyone. So he paid me $5 a month to take the bank statement letter from the mailbox and hide it from my stepmom until we got home. Wow, it was the closest thing I got to an allowance. Well, hey, he was doing his best by the sounds of it. P.S. I had no idea what the money trouble was, by the way. I was always the don't ask, don't tell person. So that's why he trusted me the most about this. Yeah, that's a lot of trust going in that. Blue J 1375. Not a father, but a story about mine. One day, I decided to pull a sick day at school and came downstairs and saw that my dad was making a coffee. I asked him what he was doing and why he wasn't at work, and he said I could ask you the same question. We stood in silence for a moment and he said, I won't tell your mum if you won't. Okay, where's this going? We had a good laugh about it and he let me have the day off. Love it. I thought I was going to get worse, but that wasn't too bad. Reaper Right. When my wife's at work, I will take my daughter, 4-year-old, out for breakfast. Then we will go on a small adventure around a shop of her choice and pretend whatever she wants. Last time we went to a car parts shop and rolled tyres around as we were freeing the rollings from Monster. So far my wife doesn't believe her when she later on grasses me up. That's good. Good excuse. Good excuse. But it sounds like fun and creating a relationship between the two of you, which is cool. To be honest, it's the only thing pre-COVID I miss doing. That's a shame. Lord Wise Phoenix. What a name. Dad was putting new roof shingles on. I was probably 3, maybe 4. I asked if I could help. Okay. He said if I could climb the ladder, sure. I was always climbing, so that was no issue. Climbed right on up and started handing him shingles. This just doesn't sound like it's going in a good direction, this. It would have been a don't tell your mother moment had she not come home from grocery shopping. Oh no, you're in trouble. After several back and forth of where are you, And up here, Mum, she figured it out and flipped out. What is he doing on the roof? She asks. Edit, I'm not a dad, so I posted on behalf of my dad. Fair enough. Good work. 20 and tired. Yep, touche. Story about my father. When I was about 6 or 7, we were really hard up for money at the time. So we cut down on all expenses, saving change, ECT. I like it, I like it. My mum would go out of town for work every other weekend. My dad would save up a few dollars over the weeks, take me to the Waffle House for breakfast, winner, and go on a walk on the beach. Then take me home and let me play the I Spy computer game on his work computer. Sounds like a badass dad. He would always teasingly tell me not to tell Mum about Waffle House. I don't think she would have been mad, but it was fun to have something just the two of us would do together. Yeah, that's cool. I love my dad. Ah, good ending. Good ending. I like that. That was a cool one. When my 3-year-old wakes up in the middle of the night, like maybe 3 times a month, instead of putting her back to sleep, okay, her stay up and partake in whatever it is I am doing no matter what. That's cool. Sometimes she falls asleep in minutes and sometimes she stays up for a couple of hours. I think it's amazing times. I think it may even be dreamlike for her by the way she speaks and moves. She has painted with me, heard my books read aloud, watched Lord of the Rings and cooked creme brulee. That was amazing. I wasn't expecting watch Lord of the Rings. That's funny. The rule is it's my time, so if she's going to be with me, she does what I'm doing, just like I do for her all day long. She totally gets it and never makes it about her. My goodness. Thank you everybody for your comments and your awards. I like this. This one is really cool. Probably my favourite so far. What a special day to be recognised as a father. Good man. Astro Chef. I have always worked in restaurants and get home late nights. On Fridays, I treat myself to takeout. Go on, lad. Not just any takeout, the bad stuff. Go on. Cheese fries topped with gyro meat. Not sure how to pronounce that. Steak nachos with guac. Ooh, steak nachos. Sounds good. Always a large, always with a big bottle of beer they sell singly. Like that. When my girls were little, they would sneak down late at night and we would munch bad food and watch really bad, funny movies with all the swear words in. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought you were going to get in more trouble than Astro Chef. Ohio Jeep Dad. I took both kids out at around 13 to show them how to drive. Pretty young, just in big empty parking lots or in a neighborhood. But they loved it and I enjoyed a little secret with them for a while. That's cool. Young but cool. Unicowicorn. That's a cool name. One for my dad. My dad took me to my first MLB game, God I miss baseball, and told me not to tell my mum. Later found out it was because the game was a good bit outside of the travel radius set in the custody agreement. Oh, wow. They were arguing a lot more than usual at the time, so he knew mum would say no if he asked about it, but really wanted to take me to the game. Fair play. Breaking some rules, but sounds like it was worth it. Told me not to say anything so she couldn't use it against him while trying to take him to family court again. That could have got him in a lot of trouble. Luckily, I didn't say anything and we got to keep sneaking away to games until the travel radius stopped being a thing. Dad still has the tickets too. That's cool. One for the dads there. When I was in middle school, I was the only one willing to go shopping groceries with my dad. He didn't want to go alone and my mum was at school studying her masters. Okay. None of my siblings wanted to go with him. We used to go to Carl's Jr.'s, have a big breakfast, and then we went grocery shopping. Nobody knew, not even my mum, until years later. He would also let me buy any cereal I wanted. I like it. That's actually how I learned how to buy good fruit and veggies, how to order meat and fish, etc. Good training, something everyone needs to know. When my siblings found out, they were angry because they would have gone if a big breakfast was on the menu. My mum just laughed. Nowadays, they sneak to have breakfast together before going grocery shopping since we're all grown up. That's funny. Edit, thank you so much for the award. Let's see. Wedding Ellie. My parents helped me out with rent during college. They'd send me a check every month for $800, which was honestly really nice of them. $800. Woof. Lucky. My mum usually does it, but for whatever reason my dad did it once and spelled my name wrong on the check, like Alicia instead of Alyssa. So it wasn't just a spelling error, but also changed the sound of my name a bit. I didn't notice until I was at the bank in line at the teller already, and I called my parents. My dad literally said the words, "Don't tell your mother about this." Didn't realise my mum was on the other line. To this day, he says he was just distracted and in a rush. Oh, that was funny. College was over a decade ago, but my mum still plays the "at least I didn't forget what our daughter's name was" trump card now and then. Oh.